Hi, welcome back to Disney Channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Bon Voyage Breakfast at Trattoria al Forno. So if you've seen any of our reviews of restaurants before here at Disney, we have a 1 through 5 scale, 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest, and we have 5 categories that we go through, and they are theme, perks, value, food, and would we go back. So Trattoria al Forno is a restaurant in it's close to Epcot and Hollywood Studios on the Boardwalk. And we, like I said, ate specifically at the Bon Voyage Breakfast. So let's get into it, talk a little bit about it. So the first is theme.
Cards.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. All right, very good. Why did you go with a 2?
I gave it a 2 because there was nothing really too memorable about it. Like, it was just kind of like, for me, just like a basic restaurant.
Okay.
But I knew that going in, so it wasn't really like it was a disappointment.
Right. I went with a 3 because they had like open brick oven fires, which is kind of neat. Mm-hmm. So it's an Italian restaurant. And I looked and I was like, wow, it's very kind of Italian themed by having that kind of stuff. Some of the food was themed to the characters that you would meet. Mm-hmm. So I did like that. And we'll probably get into that a little bit more when we talk about food. But like I got food that had a King Triton trident in it, which I thought was really neat. And some of the pastries were very themed. Mm-hmm. That was like the I guess pastry course before your like entree and things like that. But you're right, it's like a very run-of-the-mill restaurant. I wouldn't say it's super themed, like if you were going to Cinderella's Castle, or if you're going to I don't know,
like Pecos Bills.
Yeah, Pecos Bills, yeah. Or Sci-Fi Dining Theater, which we had reviewed before. So yeah, I went with the 3. I think like there's some theming, but not a lot. And I think they only do the characters during the breakfast, so I can't see them decorating and then tearing it down for like the lunch and dinner crowd. However, you think they might have a little bit more, but I did think the food was pretty well themed. So 3 and a 2. Let's move on to perks. Let's go 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
I went with the 3 again.
Okay.
All right, so perks for you.
The characters.
The characters?
Yes.
That's why I gave it a 3.
Oh, that's why I gave it a 4, because you meet Rapunzel.
Right.
Flynn Rider.
Correct.
Ariel.
Correct.
And Eric.
Right. So
like the big thing for me was getting to meet the princes.
Yes, that was awesome. And I give it a 3, and only the 3 because really that was the perks. I didn't think there were many perks beyond it. Mm-hmm. I might go a 4, but yeah, I look at other restaurants and you do get to meet a lot more characters. If you go to, I think it's Garden Grill at Epcot, they say that the characters will walk around so many times because it's such a small restaurant. Mm-hmm. This restaurant is also very small. Those characters only came around once. Yeah. And true. Because of how small it is, they could have came around several times. And I don't think it was even all that crowded when we were there either.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's not overly crowded, but they only came around that once. Mm-hmm. So it was very much like a Tusker House, where it's a huge restaurant and they really only do come around once. This was like half the size. Mm-hmm. They could have came around a couple of times, but they only came around the one time. However, I loved meeting those specific characters.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I gave it a 3 instead of something lower.
Mm-hmm.
If it was something else, it probably would have been a little bit lower. I didn't get to keep that trident. That would have been cool.
Mm-hmm.
But again, yeah, I'd say probably a 3.
Mm-hmm. I'm sticking with my 4.
Okay.
Those princes bumped it up.
The princes were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We go on to value. Thinking about it?
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh man, we're quite a bit different this time. Okay.
Well, mine is actually a 3.5.
3.5. Okay.
Yeah. So I was debating 3 or 4, so I went with 3.5. We might have to make like little half cards.
Right. All right. So why did you go 3.5?
I went with the 3.5 because the price is $45 for the breakfast.
Right.
And you get to choose what entree you want, but you do get a lot of food with it.
A lot of food.
And you also get the extra pastries that come before your meal.
Right. So I believe right now it is your choice of the following for $45 for an adult. The kids, if I check here, is 3 to 9, and that's $29. I think if you're gonna, especially with that it's a character meet and greet, that's very good deal for a character meet and greet. I think some of the other breakfasts might also be less than if you go for like a lunch or a dinner to like a character meet. But I think the amount of food that you get, the quality that you get, which we'll talk about food later, I think it's really good. And we went and we actually used the dining plan. So it was completely covered anyway. But if we were on the dining plan and we wanted to eat at a more expensive restaurant, that would have been good too. However, we ate here, and I was very happy with what we spent. I was very happy with the value. All right. Should we go with food?
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh, you're way
If mine's
off.
upside down, it's a 2, right? All right. So why did you go with a 2?
I went with the 2 because I got the Tower of Pancakes, and part of it could have been my fault because the whole planning of it and getting ready for going to that restaurant, I was really excited about the Tower of Pancakes. Like,
You built it up.
I built it up too much, and it just wasn't as good as what I thought it was gonna be.
You were Rapunzel trapped in the tower
Yeah.
of your own mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pancakes were kind of dry.
Right? They're pancakes.
Yeah, and it didn't have a syrup on it. It had
It was a strawberry compote, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I think it depends on the season of what type of topping you get. This was strawberry.
Yeah. And normally I like strawberries.
Right.
So I thought that I would really like it.
And we asked before we got it too, right? We said, "What is the fruit?" And they
think
said
we did.
strawberry. Ooh, you were excited. They did have powdered sugar sun
Oh yeah,
on the
that
top,
was
right?
cool.
That was
it
really
looked
cool.
really cool.
Right. I got the, let me see if I can see it here, King Triton's Shipwreck al Forno, which is pretty much a breakfast calzone, and it was incredible. It was so good, and it was so big and so much food. And I think I got a picture of a bunch of them lined up on the counter, like from being grilled in the fire, the brick oven fires. It was so good. Like even right now, I'm like getting mouth water just thinking about it. And I built that up too. You know, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is what I'm gonna get. It's gonna be so good. And mine ended up being actually so good. It was really good. And it's one of those things where I probably was done maybe halfway, 3/4 of the way through it. I couldn't leave it. Like I forced that down. It was so good. What about the pastries you get before? There was some Ariel themed and there were
Yeah.
some Rapunzel themed.
Yeah. As far as like taste wise, for me, nothing really too memorable.
Right.
Just kind of like basic
Yeah.
pastries.
I didn't dislike them. I didn't
Yeah.
think they were dry. I didn't think they were probably the best you could get in the parks, but I was happy with them. I thought they were good. I wish I wouldn't have eaten so many because I think we ate all the pastries and then I wasn't hungry. Or I mean, I was still hungry, but I was forcing down that the shipwreck. Do you remember? It was. I think it was served in a frying pan, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it was.
So it was. The presentation was really good. Again, that's why like the theming was pretty good. It could have been better, but it was good. I liked it. But as far as the food, I thought out of the meals that I had this time in the parks, that was probably the best tasting meal. And I eat a lot of steaks at the parks because, again, we were on the meal plan, and that's the most expensive thing usually on the menus. However, this was just incredible. It was a calzone with scrambled eggs, salami, bacon, sausage, and a blend of cheeses and Sunday gravy, and it was just awesome. Really, really good. I was very happy with it. Should we move on to? Would we go back? All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, wouldn't go back?
I would go back if you really wanted to go back, or if we were on a trip with other people and they really wanted to go, I would go. But for me, it was just kind of like you do it once, you don't really have to go back.
All right.
I mean, maybe like if we were trying like lunch or dinner or something like that there, but I don't know if I would go back again. Just myself personally for the breakfast.
I think that if I was in the area, I really liked just even afterwards walking around. Not much was open because we went so early. We went so early because we wanted to get into the parks like right at opening. So I think our breakfast was at like 7 in the morning, 7:45, something like that. So we went really early. So nothing else was open there, but really it was nice to walk out onto the boardwalk, get a picture taken there by the water, and things like that. I liked that a lot. I think it was really,
nice.
it was like a good date. And I liked that aspect of things. I'd go back if, and this would be tough. Like I know now what to expect with the character. It was a whirlwind when the characters came out. I didn't even realize what was going on. I was like, well, I guess that was it. They just came and now they're gone. It was so fast. We were trying to get cameras out and ready even when they were coming, when we saw them come out of the door. And by the time we had it out, they were like, take the picture and gone. Like it was so fast.
Because when they first come in, they kind of do like a presentation where they're announced and there's like music and they kind of like do a little something around the room.
Right.
And then I don't know. Did they immediately start going to tables?
I don't even remember.
Or was there like a little break? I feel like there was.
It was so
like
fast.
a little break in between, but I'm not even really too sure.
I think they had some sort of if you're celebrating something, stand up.
Oh,
and then we all did a dance.
Yeah.
I remember doing that, and then I was like, okay, I'm sitting down and finishing the rest of my food, and time to go. Like that was it, and I think it was really fast. So knowing what to expect, I'd like to do it again just to experience it again because it was such a whirlwind. So I felt like I almost don't barely remember stuff from it. Even looking back at the pictures, I'm like, I don't remember those things because it was just so fast. But I remember the food was really good. So I would go back even just to get the food again because of how good it was. Like I liked saying, well, I'd try something new somewhere else, or I want to go other places. That breakfast wise was awesome. I liked this one over the Ohana. All you care to eat breakfast.
Okay.
The character meet and greet was nice at Ohana also, but this one I think I like the characters that we met, but also the food was, I thought, just like a notch higher and possibly less expensive, I think. So, all right.
And I know I gave low scores, but I did enjoy going.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
No, that works. All right. Have you ever been to Trattoria al Forno for the Bon Voyage Breakfast? And if you have, please leave a comment in the comments section. And if you haven't, but have any questions, you can also leave a comment in the comments section. I wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and if you could, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, and tink the bell for any notifications of upcoming videos that we're putting out. Again, we have a trip coming up in July. We're crossing our fingers that everything goes well with the plan. The planning is going well, but that we're able to go and everything there. But I just wanted to say thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on our next video.